So we've got a ton of brand new updates and new gameplay and a trailer for Outriders. We're going to be talking about monster hunting, new information about the loot system. We're going to be going over what is called your mobile command center, known as the Outriders Convoy. This is a fully customizable truck. It is very badass. Also, we're going to be talking about a lot more related to the new dev update about the cover system for Outriders. So tons of information in this video. Hey everyone, what's happening? Open World Games here, and let's do this. If you are hyped for Outriders, smack that like button. Don't forget to leave a comment down below, because I always love highlighting your comments in my videos, which I'm going to be doing later in this video. But let's talk about the loot system, which of course is going to be super extensive in this game, especially when you get into the end game, which they describe in the brand new trailer as being super difficult. You have to have the best equipment, gear, and team to even consider surviving the end game, because we're going to be seeing a lot of new monsters and threats in this game as we head deeper into the game. Now, of course, when you go into expeditions, you're going to be getting access to your mobile command center, which we are seeing right here. This is so freaking cool. You can fully customize it. And one of the reasons you have this attached to your character is to show off your skills, your previous kills, your previous monster hunts, and whatever progress you have done. But you also get access to your stash here and the RPG mechanics that you would know and love from Outriders, including crafting and managing your inventory and that sort of thing. So they do have an actual gameplay use with your mobile command center, as I call it. They call it Convoys in this game. But yeah, super impressive stuff revealed today for Outriders. But yeah, let's go ahead and go into also that dev update about the cover system. So a lot of you guys are complaining about the cover system being quite wonky, you know. So let's see what the developers had to say about this. They go on to say this: before we dive into talking about any issues, I'd like to say a few words on how the cover system is intended to work in Outriders. First of all, there is a proximity cover detection. It's quite simple, actually. When you are close to and press the cover button, your character should enter the nearest cover. Now, this can be controlled to a degree by looking at specific cover, but this shouldn't be necessary. The proximity cover detection works only when the player is not moving, walking, running, or sprinting. The second system that controls entering cover is predictive cover selection. Now, it's a bit more of a complex system that reads movement input. When the cover button is pressed, it detects cover on the movement path and leads the character into cover automatically. While it does have limited range, it still is a few meters, so you can use it to enter cover areas that are a bit further away than you would be used to from other games. So it's interesting, because it almost sounds like they have like a contextual cover system mixed in with a manual cover system. So I'm curious what you guys think of this. Do you guys like something like this, or do you think it should be different, where it's completely 100% manual? And they go on to say this: because this system reads player movement, it can be used while walking, running, or sprinting. As it does rely on a camera, it can be used to enter cover areas that are not on the screen, provided these are in input direction and system range. Now, lastly, there is the cover-to-cover system. This one is quite straightforward, but only works when the character is in cover. Essentially, when you are in cover, you can look at another cover in range. When a prompt is displayed, hold the cover button for 1 second, and the character should automatically move to that cover. The problem. So let's dive into what the issues are with the cover system and what they're looking at here. It says, as not an insignificant amount of players report problems with the cover system's responsiveness and reliability, we've been looking at your feedback and analyzing gameplay footage on the internet to understand what is going on. Here are the issues that I believe are at least partially responsible for all those problems. Level bugs. These are location-specific issues that can cause failure in the system mentioned above. Fixing them is an ongoing effort on our side, and many of them should be resolved for the full release, as mentioned in our previous dev update. Now, there is also the delay when switching from predictive cover selection to proximity cover selection. So again, it seems like two cover systems and gameplay mechanics are battling with each other in this game. It says this is essentially a timing issue that forces the system to look for cover in your movement direction while a character is already stationary and should be entering cover next to it. We've also observed this happening when leaving cover with movement input. I believe it's responsible for many instances where a character fails to enter cover in combat. This issue is currently being investigated as well. Now, also they are talking about entering cover after dodge roll. This was a design decision we made. Characters need to be at a certain stage of the roll animation to allow them to enter cover, as it has caused a great number of situations where characters are not entering cover when players expect them to. We are currently looking at the possibility to either extend that window at the end of the roll animation or introducing roll canceling by entering cover. Yeah, so that's what I was going to say. They probably need to have a roll canceling feature where you manually say, I want to go in cover right now. I don't give a damn about the roll. Get me into cover. Now, what about entering cover by end of shooting animation? In certain situations, when entering cover immediately after shooting, the cover entering would be canceled by a weapon animation. This is an issue that is currently being investigated as well. Now, they say this, while we believe these are the main culprits for cover system failings, we are continuing to test it, resolve issues, and read community feedback. Please feel free to report your observations, excuse me, in this thread, and we will be sure to look at them. Now, also they talk about the lack of cover cornering, and they say, so some of you have pointed out that Outriders doesn't include a feature to go around the corner of cover. You are, however, able to look at desired cover and use cover-to-cover movement to corner cover that way. They really do need a system so you can move, do corner cover movements. Now, they say, we understand that this is a method you're familiar with from other games where you hold direction input to do so. So, you know, I'm so used to having that corner movement. I thought it was in the game. I always thought it was, but it's not. It's a shame that it isn't. They really need to get it into the game, in my opinion. So yeah, they are listening to feedback related to the cover issues. Let me know what issues you are finding. They go on to finally say this: we understand that this isn't a method you are familiar with from other games where you hold direction input to do so. This is because the cover swap feature, let's imagine a character is in an edge cover slot, and there is a cover A parallel to that cover B. If you hold the directional input on that cover direction, you should be able to move to it with cover-to-cover movement. It has a limited range, but it can be used to swap to cover that isn't even on the screen, and can be useful to dodge some of those pesky grenades. So yeah, they want your thoughts on the system. Let me know what you guys are thinking here. Now, a lot of you guys are really appreciative of the communication, as you could see right here. That's one thing that I want to say is special shout out to People Can Fly, Square Enix, for being so open with communicating to the community. That is huge. People want to know what is going to be happening with issues with the game, what they're looking at internally behind the scenes. And it looks like they're looking at all the right stuff here for the community, and they're going to be addressing it. So yeah, through the lifetime of Outriders, I'm hoping that the cover system is improved over time. Let's cross our fingers that happens. Now, it is time to go over your top comments. Remember, leave a comment down below. It could end up right here in a future video. So, yeah, let's do this. My previous video was titled this right here: Outriders just got so much better. Square Enix massive announcements, all new updates. It got so much better because of one reason. It's coming to Xbox Game Pass, which is going to be absolutely huge for the game. I can't freaking wait. You know, it's going to be right out of the gates. This game is going to be available to so many more people than ever before because of that one reason it's coming to Xbox Game Pass. A lot of the reaction from you guys was positive. Let's take a look. Glitch says this: definitely keeping my pre-order. Really impressed with People Can Fly, and I'm more than happy to support them. They've made an incredible game that I cannot wait to play. That is the top comment right there. Lobo is here. He says, I will keep my pre-order. They are worth my time and money. Ronald Gibson says, why do we say we're killing aliens on Enoch? We're the ones invading the planet. They're normal for that planet. We're the ones that are the aliens. LOL. Isn't that the truth? And then Alex Saber says, well, Game Pass just took Outriders from a might play to a will play. Awesome news. So a lot of you, it doesn't seem like you guys were even considering trying this game. At least you've tried the demo, but now that it's coming to Game Pass, and it seems like a lot of you already have Game Pass, hey, you're willing to try out the full version of the game. Hell yes. So that's what's happening with this game, and that is excellent, excellent news for sure. Now, I've been covering some other games as well. I wanted to mention one that I highlighted today. It is called Forspoken, and it looks absolutely beautiful. As you can see here, this game is going to be coming in 2022. It's also under Square Enix, but it's by development Luminous Productions. And here's PS5/PC gameplay. It's coming to PS5 and PC, and it looks beautiful. It's previously known as Project Athea, and I can't freaking wait for this one. So I'm going to keep you guys updated about what's going on with, Forspoken as well as Outriders. A lot of cool stuff coming from Square Enix. Who knows what's going to be happening with Avengers, but we do have Black Panther headed to Avengers as well. That's going to be happening later this year, but that's super promising. You're also getting the Wakanda biome, which is an entire world, I guess you would say, that you will be able to play around in later this year. But, a lot of cool stuff with this game. So it seems like they're really into feedback here. We'll see what happens, and they claim that they're doubling down on Avengers and they're not abandoning it. So I don't know. Some interesting stuff happening, in my opinion, from Square Enix lately, for sure. But stay tuned for more updates about Outriders and open world games, including Forspoken, and anything, of course, happening with Cyberpunk. We'll see what happens with that one. Thanks for watching, everyone. Stay tuned for more, and I will see you all next time. Take care.